Let me begin with former ASG and senior advocate of the Supreme Court, Mr. Vikas Singh. Mr. Vikas Singh, thank you for joining us this evening. It's been obviously a very fraught time. Lots of allegations, counter-allegations are being made, have been made. But I want to ask you, do you believe Rahul Gandhi has a strong case to successfully appeal against his conviction for criminal defamation and either have the verdict overturned or the conviction stayed? What's your assessment?
Well, there are 2 points on this. Firstly, according to me, the Representation of People's Act does not disqualify Rahul Gandhi because the entire criminal jurisprudence has either a 2-year sentence, limit of 2-year sentence with certain consequences, or above 2-year sentence with some other consequences. For instance, up to 2 years, including 2 years, it is bailable and non-cognizable. The moment it becomes 3 years, it is cognizable and non-bailable. So the intent of the Representation of People's Act was always to, have minor offences up to 2 years, including 2 years, to be excluded from disqualification. Now, it's not very happily worded. And if anybody were to go to court, immediately this clarification can come. That is one. Secondly, as far as his conviction is concerned, he has to, of course, go and appeal because there is no way that he can save himself from the imprisonment if he doesn't file his appeal within 30 days, because that's the only grace period given to him for suspending the sentence in the conviction order. And according to me, this kind of a sentence of 2 years is a little, harsh, because even if confirmed cases of defamation, normally 6 months to 1 year is the normal sentence. So to give a 2-year sentence, and secondly, in our country where we, take pride in free speech and where free speech has been made a fundamental right, I feel that whatever he may have said is definitely not appropriate. I mean, nobody can justify what he said. But nevertheless, to exalt it to the status of a criminal wrong, according to me, is not correct. So that way also, he will get relief in the higher court, and this conviction on filing the appeal will have to be stayed and not only sentence suspended, because if he doesn't get relief in the other interpretation matter, he will require a conviction being stayed for the for his membership to the parliament to revive. And then, of course, when the matter is finally heard, I'm sure he will also get relief in this matter.
Well, let me ask you, Mr. Singh, mens rea is key to criminal defamation. There needs to be malice. Do Rahul Gandhi's comments indicate that there was malice against an entire community in what he said? I mean, you said that they're indefensible remarks, but do they constitute a crime under mens rea?
So I started off by saying that what he said was definitely inappropriate. I'm not saying it was appropriate at all. But in a country where people have gotten away with, far greater degree of, slander, and, you have to be a little thick-skinned, I feel. So to say that this amounts to a criminal offense, according to me, is, not very, very, justified. At the same time, I should not be understood as saying that I'm even remotely accepting what he said, or, affirming what he said, or justifying what he said, because I definitely feel that what he said was definitely not appropriate, and it is, hardly. But if you recall, even his run-up to the election campaign, he had all the time said, Prime Minister, whatever he had to say, and that actually cost him dearly at the election. So, according to me, it's actually politically also very wrong, apart from being wrong otherwise also, for him to say something like this. But a wrong statement to be said to be a criminal defamation, according to me, is definitely, has to be something more than that. And in this case, the way he, made that statement also, he didn't say straight away Modi. He named, I believe, 2 Modis, and then he said So I feel that it can't be given the status of a criminal wrong under the IPC.
Okay, well, thank you for joining us, Mr. Singh. I know that you have to go, so let's just open this up. We have with us Karuna Nandi, an advocate from the